Welcome to Envato Tuts Plus Premium. This course is titled Creating Vector Art, and this lesson is Pathfinder is your friend. Now, one functionality within Adobe Illustrator that I utilize every day, all the time, is the ability to take shapes and punch them out or intersect them using a tool called Pathfinder. Pathfinder, you can think of it as kind of the cookie cutter for vector shapes. And like a cookie cutter, you use them to punch out certain shapes or to cut out certain pieces of shapes in order to get what you need. And this is essentially how it works in Adobe Illustrator, and that's what this video will cover. One aspect of building vector shapes that just makes it incredibly easy to create content is utilizing the Pathfinder palette. That's this one right here. And the three main modes we're going to focus on in the Pathfinder palette is the Unite feature, the minus front feature, punch is what I refer to it, and the intersect. These are the three kind of cookie cutter functionalities that'll make building a lot easier. So if we look at our illustration now, in the previous video we covered shape building. Well, once again we're utilizing shape building again to build the chin of the figure here. I also like, when I create illustration, I like capitalizing on continuity of shape within an illustration. So this chin kind of sweeps around here, but it'll also work well to align for the tongue. So I'm going to make a clone of that shape to use on the tongue. But we're going to just create the chin shape here using Pathfinder, unite them, creates one new shape, and we're just going to lop that off right about, I think we'll do it right about there. And when we colorize everything, it'll make sense why we're making this an independent shape now. It'll just allow us to shade it in such a way that it brings some dimensionality to the overall illustration. So that's all we're gonna do here. Is we're just going to be creating this mouth content, and it's going to utilize the Pathfinder tool to pull it off and to just make it easier. So we have the base shape. I've created some of the foundational shapes I'll use to shade and color on the face, such as this inner part of the front of the mouth. We'll clone that, select the mouth shape, and intersect it to get what we need. Now we're going to create the lips. So when you place your points down on this, it's such an easy shape to discern. I'm not even needing to use any of the plugins. I can just click and pull my Bezier handles out to create what I need. Clone the shape and punch it. Clone that shape. And we're going to punch that. Now you'll notice sometimes Illustrator does this where you get these extra points here, and that's because anytime you have shapes that butt fit, basically they directly align on top of one another, Illustrator gets confused. So when you clone this shape, before you punch it, I would do this, and this is the part of the creative process that it's not very clean, it's kind of sloppy, but it's necessary in order to build precisely. So now when I punch this out now, those won't be there. So that's just kind of a built-in hiccup that Illustrator has, that you just kind of have to manage and deal with it as you build. And when you see it happen, just do a Command Z and just kind of do preventative measures to assure it won't happen. So once again, to kind of demonstrate that, if we select this background shape, select the bottom lip, we're going to inset it to get the shape. Now we're going to select the inside of the mouth, clone that. Now before we punch it with this bottom lip shape, we're just going to pull these out so we avoid that problem with the extra points being created. Select the bottom lip and then punch it to get the final shape we want. So we're almost there. Now in terms of this tongue, we're just going to clone this shape. I'm going to bring it over to create that. Clone it again. Clone that shape. Punch that out. Now we can select these two, and now we have the tongue. Select the inside of the mouth with the tongue inset. Make a clone of the tongue. Now that we have this, here's where some of that preventative measures come in. And this is where smart guides comes in. This is telling us the anchor point's there. So we're just going to do a throwaway shape. These are shapes you have to build in order to prepare your art. So that gives us that shape. We've made a clone of the tongue, so we'll select this shape and intersect to create all the artwork we need. That's how the Pathfinder tool works with creating your artwork. We're just creating the innermost area of the mouth, and we can just do that easily with the ellipse tool. Clone the shape of the mouth and inset it. So now we're just left to the teeth. This is where I'll turn off smart guides just because I'm working on smaller Bezier curves, and it's just going to make it easier to create my content without it snapping to anything. So I don't want these teeth perfect. I want them kind of, I want them to be kind of free form, not so geometrically perfect. So we're just eyeballing it. We're not doing like rectangles and then rounding the corners. It'd just be too perfect. It wouldn't have enough character. And so we're just creating our content such as that. Now once I have it this far, I'm going to select these teeth, clone them together, or fuse them together using Pathfinder. Select the mouth, clone the mouth, select the teeth, and then inset or intersect, and we have our teeth. Now I'm going to toggle smart guides back on. That's Command U. Select the pen tool. Now it'll tell me I'm on these, and this is good because I want to create these other ones based off of the existing teeth, like this, just like that. I'll go like this because we're going to be punching those out. So you can see I'm creating the teeth. Once again, toggle on and off smart guides because I want to be able to control this without worrying about the handles snapping to anything. So once we have those, I can grab the teeth and the top lip. We'll clone them just so you can see what I'm doing. I'll color them. Fuse them together. You can see those extra points. So you just want to, well, I guess it's good to show this just because you are going to run into this with Illustrator, with those problems with the points. So we'll turn smart guides back on, and this is just part of the preventative maintenance you need to do. Just the way Illustrator is. Okay, and I think we can just select this one and get rid of that. So now we have the shape, and we can select the tooth, punch it out, select that, select tooth, punch it out, and to get the teeth we want. Now I'm going to be lazy here. Sometimes I cheat, so I'll grab this tooth. Actually, I'm going to grab the tooth over here since it's furthest away. Copy it, paste, and I'm going to flip it. And I'm going to use that one to create this one over here because I don't feel like creating it from scratch. And that's the benefit of digital. It's okay to rip off yourself, and there we go. Now that's how you can use the Pathfinder to shape build using shape building, but the Pathfinder to speed up build times, create art precisely, and to create the base vector shape content you need so that when you move to color, it makes it easier.